We are live. Ooh, salad spinner, everything. Popcorn. Jane, I'm live. All right. Let's pick. Jane, I'm live. All right. Let's pin this. Pin the cookbook. Okie dokie. Awesome. What's up? Let's get ready to rumble. Yeah. More likes can attract viewers. Keep it up. All right. Let's share this live, people. Let's do that. Add to story. Boom. Shakalaka. All right. Katina, what's up? Faith, how we doing? What's up, everybody? Welcome. We're about to get started in a second. We're warming up. All right. We're warming up. What's up, country boy? All righty. Water's boiling. Gonna turn that down. All right. Today, we're gonna do this thing. Cool. Nice. All right. Blender. We got our pot. We got the salad. We got our greens, our basil. All right, pesto we're gonna make later on. We got the sauce. All right, I think we're ready to go. Let's rock and roll. Let's get the pasta inside of the water while we are waiting to get ready. What's up, people? A little bit. Interesting. What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Yes. Danny knows best. Appreciate that. Chili is about to get hot. So thank you for that. All right. We're doing a half pot of that one. And then we're gonna do a half pot of this one. Okay. 420. Kitty. Yeah. Okie. Pasta in. Alright. I think we're good there. Alright. Pasta's in the water. Right? And I just did two types of pasta. Right? I did a rigate and a macaroni. All right, let's get popping, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to get started. All right, welcome everybody. This is the plant-based kitchen lab. All right, so today we're making dinner. Special request, we're doing a mushroom pasta for dinner tonight. All right, we have a red sauce and we have a pesto that we're gonna make live. Okay, we have some beautiful mushrooms from the farmer's market. We have some spinach, some pine nuts, nutritional yeast. We got cherry tomatoes. We got all kinds of good stuff. All right, so let's get busy, shall we? Okay, and for anyone that wants an actual recipe of this later on, it will be available. You just have to hit me up in the DMs. Cool? Alrighty. Let me put this. Yep. Go down in the DMs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's have some fun. All right. Okay, first things first. We're gonna leave the pesto for last because pesto is one of those things that it oxidizes because after you blend it, the heat from the blender starts to break down, all that chlorophyll and all that stuff. So we're gonna do the pesto right at the last minute because the pesto is almost gonna be like a topper, right over it. So we're gonna play around with a few things. we're gonna have fun with it, right? We have our sauce that already pre-made right here. This is a delicious, tasty tomato sauce. All right, I make them in big batches and I portion them and I put them away, keep them in the freezer. When I need them, I pull one out the day before, boom, 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 it's ready to go, right? Just like that. All right, so let me get a spoon so I can stir the pasta, right? Because we just add it in there and we want to make sure that it's not sticking. Yes, it's nice, right? Okie dokie. All right, so pasta's in. Okay, I feel like I need to add a little bit more pasta in there, all right? I don't want to not have enough. So I think we're going to put it. So we're cooking a bag and a half. All right, so we're going to have a nice al dente cooked pasta, which is what we want, right? We never want to overcook our pasta. Unless we're making mac and cheese, then you can really cook it really, really soft, right? Because you're going to bake it, it's going to kind of dry out, so not a big deal. But when you're making just pasta, it needs to be al dente. You need that chew, that toothiness, all right? So let's get everything ready for our salad and we can put it to the side, all right? So put this stuff over here. This is for the pesto. Move that out of the way. Let's get our greens, all right? We got our salad spinner, of course. So what I like to do is, just so you can see, I like to soak my greens in water, right? Wash them and then I soak them. Okay, what this does, it allows the greens to just perk up, right? And get really crisp, right? So you're not using salad that's just very limp and just not the best case scenario, right? So after you wash them, you let them soak and you see, real nice, right? This is what you want, really firm, crisp, clean lettuce, right? So after you soak them, and you need to soak them for at least 30 minutes or so, right? Very, very important. So that's what we have here, right? How's everybody doing, by the way? Happy Wednesday, people. All right, happy Wednesday. For those of you who are just joining, right? My name is Ed Harris. I am a plant-based chef, right? I help people be more plant-based. I help restaurants maximize their profits, right? I train employees. I create systems. I help create menus. I also do product development. So it really just depends on the needs of the restaurant owner or the individuals like you all. Right? Okie dokie. It's time to boogie. All right. Beautiful. Nice and dry. Gonna put that there. And we're gonna chop. Turn the water down so it doesn't boil over. We're gonna cut our lettuce, right? Nice big pieces of lettuce. All right. Have so many knives out today, but we're gonna go with this one, right? All good, ma'am? Thank you. Yeah, man. Okay. Last bit. Right here. Get rid of this. Okay. These little pieces we don't need to cut because they're small enough. All right. So we have our beautifully cut lettuce. Gotta make your own food. You don't have Huh, that's funny. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of fresh spinach to this as well. All right, and then I'm going to add the last bit of my sprouts. All right, beautiful sprouts. All right, and we're gonna start growing these again since we are out. So we just separate them. You know, as they sit, they kind of shrink and they combine. So that's that. Put all that in there. Put this to the side so we can clean it later. Now let's get our radishes. All right, for the next thing. Okay. So yesterday, if you were on the live, you would have seen a really super delicious spring roll, right? We made Vietnamese spring rolls, right? With the rice paper. Amazing. So these are the leftover veggies. What's up, Pasha? How you doing? We early. So the leftover carrots and cabbage from yesterday, we're gonna add to our salad, right? We don't waste anything.
Michelle Jefferson to the Heartland from West.
Michelle, what's up? Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, the trolls are here. All right, people.
So am I.
Yeah, buddy. Don't worry, we got reinforcements. Good evening. Welcome, Michelle. How are you?
Did you share the
Happy Wednesday indeed.
Eddie Mother? Do you want me to share it? I can do that now.
I'm sorry?
Share the life with Eddie, the person who asked you to make the recipe.
Sure.
Okay.
Appreciate that. I have help all around. God is good. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so look at this beautiful mix right here, right? This looks like something that you buy in the supermarket. You know what I mean? Fresh red cabbage. You got the carrots. You have the delicious looking lettuce, some spinach in there as well. So we're going to put that to the side and we're going to get our radishes ready. All right. I love radishes in my salads. They're amazing. They add really great texture and they just make your salad visually appealing. Man, the trolls are serious in here today, but you know, we're gonna get rid of the trolls. All right, so give me 1 second. It's unfortunate, you know, that you have to deal with nonsensical people.
Light work.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It's light work.
My block fingers are way strong. You know what I mean? Anyway, back to a regular scheduled program, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk to the people that are here for business. You know what I mean? And not to waste time. Right? So, what was I saying, Emma?
You were talking about radishes.
Radishes. Yes, I love adding radishes to my salads because they add texture. Right? They add texture. Appreciate that, heart me. They add texture, they add visual color, and they're just a great thing to have in your salad. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, let's give this pasta a little stir. So in my pasta, right, this pot here that's cooking, I added a little bit of salt, right? Not too much, just a little bit. Appreciate that, Michelle. Thanks for reposting. Christine, good evening. How are you? My peeps are in the building. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Emma,
Yes.
please, I need the mandolin.
Okay.
Thank you so much. All right, you need the mandolin. Okay, my cucumber's cut. I already have my dressing, and get what dressing we're using. All right, guess what dressing? We're using the dressing we used 2 days ago.
Yes, sir.
That creamy Dijon, right? Very important. I wish you guys were in my kitchen with me. You would be able to smell my delicious mushrooms that I'm going to show you in a second. I can't wait to show them to you. All right? I'm really excited about showing them to you. But the cool thing about these particular mushrooms that I have is the fact that the longer you let them sit, once they start to dry out, and this is like natural drying, right? They get like aged cheese. It's crazy, right? So it almost has like this really cool, what's the right word? It's, just think of one of those fancy French aged cheeses, how they smell. That's what these mushrooms smell like. Hello, all. I'm ready for a salad. I heard that. We're working on one right now. We're working on a delicious salad. All right, stay tuned.
Not fermented, right? You're looking for a name of like a snack.
No, it'll be like a blue cheese, a Heron Bear, one of those type of cheeses, right? That sound and the mandolin. I still have PST posture. I hear you. You gotta, just, just be extra careful. You know what I mean? Just be extra careful. You know what I mean? Once I get to a certain place, please tell Mom to tell Angelica not to call me right now. Yeah. I'm in the middle of my life. Okay, we're almost done slicing these babies. All right, for everyone checking out the shop, definitely make sure you cop the cookbooks or the aprons. All right, we ship everything next day, so there's no waiting. All right, and this week we're doing a bonus. All right, getting into 4th of July, so we have some bonus recipes that we're sending out for everyone that gets a cookbook or an apron. All right, so definitely make sure you cop that. Yeah, let's block that one. All right, so radishes are in. Mute is the easiest, so you don't have to do it twice. Boom, right? Lettuce is good. Salad is good. We're not adding anything else to this. Very clean, very simple today. So I'm gonna put this to the side. I'm gonna check my pasta because it's rolling and rolling and rolling. All right. I think it's about ready. So let's try one. Yeah, it's definitely ready. Yep. Nice and al dente. So, chewy. I love it. Thanks, Michelle. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, so pasta's done. I have my strainer, my colander in the sink. I have a bowl on the bottom of it to collect some of this pasta water. Very important. We're gonna save some of the pasta water, okay? All right, pasta water right here. Nice and hot, you see? All right, we're gonna put that to the side. And now we're gonna take this pasta that we have here, right? And I'm gonna show you what I do with my pasta after it's cooked. This is a very, very important step, okay? This is how you separate the pros from the non-pros. You dig? Okay, watch closely.
There's a word for non-pro.
What's that word?
Amateur.
Amateur. There you go. I didn't want to say it. Okay, you drain your pasta. Never run cold water on your pasta. That is unnecessary, right? And if you make it al dente, you don't need to run cold water on it because as it cools down, it'll be still perfectly cooked, right? So that's why you cook pasta al dente, right? That's one of the reasons. Now, the second thing is for you to stop it from being super sticky together, right? Pasha, that's why you're here, because I got you, right? So once your pasta is cooked, take your really nice olive oil and you drizzle it over your pasta. Not too much, all right? You drizzle it over the pasta and then you just give it a nice little mix. This gets the oil coated all over the pasta, right? And what happens, two things you're doing. One, you're allowing the pasta to cool down and not stick together like this. And two, you're actually adding really nice flavor to your pasta from the olive oil. So right now, the aroma that I'm getting from this pasta is warm olive oil and pasta all together. It's delicious. OMG, I'm guilty. Sorry, you're running the cold water over my noodles. Noodles, different story, right? Pasta, no cold water, right? Some noodles, when you're doing stir fries and things like that, you need to run cold water in it, right? But when it comes to pasta, No cold water needed. Now, if I'm making mac and cheese, I might run cold water in it depending on what kind of cheese base I'm making, right? If I'm doing a cheese base that's like a mayonnaise base kind of cheese base, then I need the pasta to be ice cold, right? But if I'm doing like a bechamel or a roux type of sauce, cheese sauce that stays hot, then we don't need to cool down the pasta. Cool? I'm so sorry because I didn't know that. No, it's all good. No need to be sorry, Joyce. That's why you're here. All right. This channel is all about fun, learning, and being plant-based. That's it. So you're guaranteed to learn something every time you join, or you're guaranteed to have fun or see some good food, right?
And
yes, Emma.
The reason why you have to keep it extra cold for the mayonnaise-based one is because the hot pasta would separate the mayonnaise.
So if you use the hot pasta with the mayonnaise-based cheese sauce, it will break the mayonnaise.
Right, that's...
From the heat.
Yes.
Right? And then you'll end up with this oily mess. Mm-hmm. So to stop that from happening, the pasta needs to be ice cold. So if you don't want to run cold water in your pasta, even for your mac and cheese, I would cook it the day before so it can cool down slowly on its own, or cook it a couple hours before. And then once it's ice cold, right, then mixing everything in. All good. All good. That's why I'm here. I share my knowledge. You know what I mean? So pasta is done, right? We have that to the side so we don't have to worry about it. We put it right here. So I have my mixed veggies, and these are frozen mixed veggies, right? So I just have them defrosted, right? Took them out of the bag, let them sit for about an hour or two so they can defrost, ready to go for our sauce later on, okay? So I have my pasta water, I have my mixed veggies, okay? Next, let's work on the mushrooms, okay? Let me show you my 3 mushrooms that we're using today.
Before you go on, how often are you on here?
I'm on here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, every week, right? Making dinner. So if you ever need plant-based ideas, guidance, want to interact, you want to chat, then come find me here between 5:30 to 5:45 each and every week. All right. Good afternoon, miracles. I love that. Kim, thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. So first things first, let's talk about these. These are cinnamon caps, right? Really amazing, really cool looking mushrooms, right? So these are my cinnamon caps. So I don't have a lot left over. I literally have 4 stems of them, right? So that's the first mushroom that we're going to break down. The second one, everyone kind of knows these and I've either used them or seen them. And these are, can anybody guess? What are these? What are these? Somebody tell me in the chat real quick. Close, D-Love, but not quite. Where do you buy your produce? Miracles, I get them from a farmer's market or a regular supermarket, but I go to the farmer's market first and I get as much as I can, and then I go to the supermarket. Pasha, you're right. These are shiitakes, all right? They look like buttons, but they're shiitakes. And you know they're shiitakes because of the stems. Button stems are much bigger and much wider, right? Shiitake stems are always very narrow. See? You will never see a button mushroom with a stem this small. Cool? You got it, Bear. Dairy, egg, and tree nut free recipes. Oh yeah, calm. We got all kinds of recipes. So we're 100% plant-based here. So we don't do any dairy. We don't do any eggs. We don't do no byproducts. And my kids, 2 of my kids are actually, they have tree nut allergies. So we don't do tree nuts either. So everything is, all my recipes are exactly what you need. Cool? Look at that. God is good. All right. Third mushroom. These. Look at these. Look at these. Look at these. Right? Look at these. My baby girl is severely allergic to those. Yeah, we don't do any tree nuts, right? These mushrooms are amazing, and these are the ones I was telling you that smell like aged cheese. Aren't they pretty? Like look at this. It's like fire almost, right? So these are actually, yes, Pasha. Oh, you see, you know what's up. You know what's up. They are pink oysters. Great job. They are pink oysters. Thanks for that follow, Com. Yeah, so these are the mushrooms that we're using today. So I'm going to cut these up. So when you get pink oysters, the longer you let them sit, they just get this really cool, funky situation going on with them that I just love. It's like aged cheese. You know what I mean? And I just love them for that. And then the texture as well is just mind-boggling, right? So what I like to do is just rip them like this. You know, we can rip them apart or we can cut them up. You know, I like my mushrooms a little bit crispy for my pasta, so it's like a really nice addition to the pasta because we have the sauce, we have all of the veggies, but then we have these mushrooms that just add this beautiful depth and extra level of flavor.
It looks fluffy on the inside.
It is fluffy, right? It's like nice and puffy, but it's firm. The water content in this is very, very low, so they're almost dense, right? But really, really delicious.
That's for all pink oysters?
It depends on the variety.
Because I think I've seen like ones that look a little bit bigger.
Yes.
And
more thin.
Yes.
Yes. So it really just depends on the grower,
I see.
right? And the conditions that they're grown in, right? Heat, humidity, all of that affects how the mushrooms come out. So depending on what the thermostat and the conditions are as they're growing, they will change how they look and how they come out, even how they taste, right? So there's a lot that goes into growing mushrooms versus foraging them. Alrighty?
Righty.
Okay, people. I'm gonna get my pan down so we can cook these mushrooms, right? Because we're gonna saute these in some nice extra virgin olive oil, lots of garlic. Wanna grab me a chili from out of the freezer, Emma?
Okay.
Appreciate that, sweetheart. Okay, I need a bowl for my mushrooms because we're gonna be cutting quite a bit.
Never mind. I have it.
You can put it on the paper.
Okay.
That's cool, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready. So, you know, I was traveling, so I didn't get to use my mushrooms as early as I normally would. So these are starting to dry, which is totally fine. If you buy mushrooms and you leave them in your refrigerator too long and they kind of dry out on you, don't throw them away, because that's the same thing as you buying dried mushrooms from the supermarket, right? It's just that you dried them yourself. So you have a few options. If they do get to the point where you can't cut them anymore, they're like brittle, you know, like this, you can either rip them up, break them, you can kind of crush them a little bit, or and it also depends on what you're going to use them for. So if you are going to be making like a stir fry or something like that and you need the pieces, you can reconstitute them, you know, let them sit in a little bit of water, you know, that helps. If you don't want to sit them in water, then you can just kind of saute them as is, but they are going to be dry and a little bit toothy, right? So if they're really hard, I would definitely put them in a little bit of water first before I actually, you know, add them to whatever it is. So this way they're completely usable and then you can work with them a lot easier, right? I love the smell of these. See, these are super dry, right? And you can tell just by how flat they are, right? So these we can't cut, huh?
Brittle.
Yeah. So we're gonna just kind of rip them like that, but only the tops are dry. So we don't need to soak these, right? That's the thing. So you just want to pay attention to yours when you do get them, right? Depending on how dry they are or what parts are dry, you can just kind of break them up, separate them, right? What's up, humble girl? Welcome back. How you doing? Good to see you. We're doing some mushroom pasta tonight, all right? Okay, so those are done. We're gonna cut these. These are dry as well.
Let me put these away.
What?
Are you using all these?
Maybe. We'll see. All right, I'm gonna have to use my serrated knife for these. Yeah. Debbie, my peeps are in the building. What's up, Debbie? Welcome back. How you doing? Good to see you. All right, so we got our cinnamon caps in there. We have our pink oysters, and then we're gonna cut up some of these shiitakes. All right. Appreciate that, Debbie. Appreciate that. It's kind of quiet today. My favorite mushrooms. Aha! Nice. Yeah, I gotta go to the farmer's market this weekend.
Someone took good knife skills.
Ah, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thanks. Rob, yo. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. 30 years of slicing and dicing, you know? Hey from Atlanta. What's up, Freda? Right? Did I say that right?
Yeah, it could be Freda or it could be Fred or Fred A. Williams.
Yeah. What's up, Williams?
P.
We in Atlanta too. All right. We're working on doing a pop-up soon. Hopefully you can make it, right? A lot of delicious plant-based dishes. All right. Frida.
Oh yeah.
Frida. All right. Cool. Mushroom mix, right? 3 types of mushrooms, right? Delicious, smell good, taste good, look good. All right. Feel good. All right. Let's get this board. That's all right. We can use it. Dust it off. All right. Very important. Always. Yeah, you got that. So always make sure you have a damp paper towel on the bottom, right? Before you put your cutting boards. Otherwise, you know, if you ever cut anything and your board is sliding around, it's because it doesn't have a solid base, right? A stable base. So make sure you always have some kind of damp towel on the bottom. This way, when you put the board, it doesn't move. Safety, very important, okay? So oil, let's get our pot hot. Let's start making our sauce. All right, we got our mushrooms in here. A decent amount of oil, not too much, but we want to make sure that we can crisp up the mushrooms, all right? Super important. So the next thing we're gonna do is get our garlic ready for the mushrooms, all right? 3, let's do one more. Okay. This is a garlicky situation, all right? What are you making? Hello from Lawton, Oklahoma. Hi there, Crystal. We are making a mushroom pasta tonight for dinner, right? With a red tomato sauce and a pesto.
Sounds so good.
Thanks, Ems. Okay, so garlic is peeled and ready. Get over there. Okay, let's clean this baby up. Get rid of the nubs. Okay, and then we're gonna go to mince this baby up right here. Make sure we get rid of the unwanteds.
Now you're showing off.
No, sweetheart.
Wish I could do.
There's no need to show off. This is just the skills that God gave me. The good thing is, anyone can learn how to do it. Just takes practice. I love mushrooms from Texas. What's up, Deborah? Okay. Garlic is done. So what we're gonna do, right? Because we have to be mindful, and we want to do this in stages. If we put in the garlic now, we're not gonna really get to crisp up the mushrooms the way we want to, right? Appreciate that, Pasha. Fabian, that is right, your skills. Appreciate that. So oil is nice and hot, right? So mushrooms are going right in, okay? Crank the fire up, and we're gonna let that saute. Make sure there's enough fat in there. I'm gonna get a little bit of butter as well, so we can make sure our mushrooms are taken care of. All right. Cool. All right, I'm thirsty.
Oh yeah, me too.
Delicious. Chili, right? We're gonna go with a half a Scotch bonnet. Mince. We're gonna add that to our garlic. Rinse my knife. I can smell the mushrooms. Woo! Smelling good. Okay, let's season up these mushrooms, all right? Need a little bit more fat in here, so I'm gonna add just a little bit of oil. All right. Now we're gonna go with our salt and pepper. I'm going to use my flavor maker. All right, this baby right here. This has turmeric, sea salt. It has black pepper and celery salt. Really delicious. What kind of oil? I'm using extra virgin olive oil, Coach. Alrighty. So we're gonna season this baby up. Real nice. Then we're gonna give it a toss. Okay, looks good. Let's get a spoon. Beautiful. Alright. I'm gonna turn that down and let it cook nice and ever so gently. Alright. What kind of oil? Yes, I answered that, Coach. You got it. Okay, next, I'm gonna move this board. Excuse me, madame. Put that there so we can cut our cucumbers and add it to our salad on the side. All right. Okay. And then we're gonna start working on our pesto. So tomatoes, let's get this cucumber cut first. Okay. Smell of vision would be amazing right now, because it sure does smell pretty good in here. I have to be honest with you. It smells delicious. Thanks, sweetheart. The mushrooms just, whew, it's amazing. All right.
Oyster. Oh, not oyster.
Yeah, you got it. Pink oysters.
Oh my God.
Pink oysters. Yes. All right. Check out the mushrooms, ladies and gentlemen. Getting nice and crispy, right? Golden, that's what we want, right? Because this is texture, this is flavor, and we're gonna sprinkle this on the top of the pasta right before we serve it, okay? So we're gonna let this cook just a little bit more. All right, so it can get nice and crispy, right? Because everything else in the pasta is gonna be soft, you know what I mean? Ooh, wee is right, Coach. Ooh, wee is right. All right, next up, let's get these tomatoes. So for me, when I do pasta, I like different textures, different flavor profiles. So one of the things I like to do is I like warm cherry tomatoes in my pasta, right? I already have a tomato sauce, but I also like the natural sugars and the burst of the tomatoes in the pasta, and it just it's just amazing, right? So we're gonna split these beautiful cherry tomatoes in half, and we're gonna fold them into the hot pasta right at the very end, right? Right before we turn it off the fire, we're gonna add these in, all right? You wanna make sure that your knife is sharp, of course, so this way you're not squeezing or adding pressure to the tomatoes when you're slicing them. So you basically want to keep the integrity of the tomatoes. You want to keep all the juices in. So this way when you add it to your pasta and you give it a couple toss, it doesn't start breaking down and you end up with tomato skins in your pasta. You know what I mean? I know some of you know what I'm talking about. When you cook tomatoes, you just end up with skin, right? And you're like, where did the tomato go? It turned into a sauce. We don't want that, right? So this is why we're gonna add it in right at the very end. Because the thing is, you have to remember, you can eat tomatoes raw, so they don't need to actually be cooked. But if they're warm enough, then it's just even more enjoyable in the tomato sauce with the pasta, right? So let's see what our mushrooms taste like.
Thank you.
Ah, so hot.
So good.
Did warn me?
Warn you. Man up, homie.
Oh, it's like really hot.
It's really hot. It's really hot. Okay, let's work on the pesto because we are literally getting to the very end. Our salad is ready. Let me grab my dressing.
Oh, that's delicious.
Right?
Yeah.
Perfect amount of salt, right? So it's gonna get even better because we're gonna move that to the side, right? You'll see. So, dressing for the salad, right? This is my creamy Dijon, right? So in here I have lots of Dijon mustard. I even have tahini, salt and pepper. I have lemon juice, rice wine vinegar, apple cider vinegar, and nutritional yeast, right? So this makes it really nice and creamy. You can see based on the color, right? No extra stuff in there, nothing. I've started reusing my jars as well. Oh yeah, Pasha. You know the vibes. You know the vibes. All right, let's work on our pesto. So in my blender, we're gonna add lemon juice. All right.
Can it fit?
No, we're gonna make it fit, all right. Woo! Oh wow.
I was letting my eyes.
That was crazy. It just went everywhere. All right, lemon juice is done. And our mushrooms are done, so I'm gonna move this to the side. I don't want them to cook anymore. All right, so we're gonna put that to the side somewhere right here. All right, we're gonna put this right here. Okay. Next up, so we're gonna take juicy indeed, Pasha. Humble, appreciate the heart. So I like to take my pesto a step further by adding spinach to it, right? Because I love a really super green pesto. I can't stand when pesto is brown. Like, pesto is supposed to be bright green, right? No other color. Like, it should not be any other color but bright green. So to make your pesto bright green, you go with spinach and parsley, right? So I have some parsley here and I have a bunch of basil, right? So pesto is basically basil, garlic, Parmesan cheese, lemon juice, olive oil, salt and pepper, and pine nuts. That is like a OG basic pesto recipe, right? But for those of you who are here and have been here, you know that we don't do anything regular, right? We always take it a step further. You know what I mean? So since we are 100% plant-based, yes, Pasha, since we're 100% plant-based, instead of Parmesan cheese, we're gonna do nutritional yeast, right? And because we don't do tree nuts, right? Because when I work in restaurants or I consult for restaurant owners, I'll up the ante with the pesto and I'll do pistachios instead of pine nuts, or I'll do peanuts, right? Or walnuts. So you can use any nut for your pesto, but because, we're a tree nut free situation, we're using pine nuts. What, humble girl, 400 minutes? Damn. Appreciate you watching the live for 400 minutes. You rock.
Go humble girl.
Yes. So pine nuts in. Pine nuts adds this nutty flavor. It also adds fat and creaminess. All right. It's my best friend. Okay.
Humble girl.
So pine nuts in. Don't put too much, right? Because then it overpowers your pesto. And I want to taste the herbs, right? More than anything. Okay.
See what it is.
See what it tastes. Yeah. Pistachio with greens. Beautiful. Yep. You got it. So nutritional yeast for the cheesy goodness, right? Put that to the side. Let's get some peppercorns. All right. I need to buy peppercorns, so I'm hijacking some from my pepper mill. Okay. Thank you, pepper mill. Appreciate that. What else we need in here, Emma? We have lemon juice. We have all the herbs. We have the pine nuts. We have the...
Salt. Oh.
Yes. What else?
I'm trying to think of anything else that normally goes in there.
Extra virgin. EVOO. Evu. All right. Okay. We're going to add... Grab me 2 ice cubes. 2 to 3 ice cubes, please. I like adding ice cubes because it keeps the blender cool while it's blending, because you're adding additional heat, which we don't want to prolong the blending of this, because all of that takes away from the color, right? And then the garlic. I love a garlicky pesto, right? Garlicky, cheesy, beautiful. Ice cubes in. That also helps with the creaminess of your pesto, right? Some people like chunky, grainy pesto. Me, not so much. I like a clean, smooth pesto. Not too smooth, but you know, I just don't want big chunks. Like I don't want to be chomping down on the pine nuts or big pieces of garlic. You know what I mean? So. Okay, we're gonna go with a touch of water, right? Just a touch. All right, just enough to kind of help us get going with the blending, so we don't have to do too much later on. All right, so I'm gonna put this over here so you can see the blending action. A little bit.
You want me to turn it?
Yeah, just a little bit. There we go. Beautiful, mate. Thank you so much. All right. Let's see. Yes, we have enough. Let's do this. All right. Pesto is done. All right, let's get a spoon and let's see what it tastes like. All right.
It's
Oh, so good. The right pesto is everything, right? Here, take a spoon.
Oh, thank you.
So I made mine so it's a little bit... Such a vibrant green color. Yeah, right? And you can make it even more green by adding more spinach, more basil, you know, more parsley, right? The more pine nuts you add, the more cheese you add, those things take away from the color. So if you want it super bright, like super green, then more herbs than anything else, right?
Yeah, that lemon is perfect. This is like the best pesto I've ever made.
Oh, you're so sweet.
What did you say?
It's
The
so
best pesto
good.
ever.
Let me try it.
So
Oh my goodness.
the lemon and then lots of fresh black pepper, right? So you get a lot of different things going on, right? You get a little bit of the tingling heat from the black pepper. You get the freshness from the lemon, right? The butteriness from the pine nuts. and the extra virgin olive oil. So this
It's delicious.
is like really good to go, right? And you can do a few things with this pesto. Like literally, we can take the pasta, pour this pesto into it, make it super green, right? Which we might do, and then we ladle the sauce, the red sauce over it. Or we can go vice versa and toss the pasta into the red sauce with the pasta water and then drizzle over the pesto. So we're gonna do that version, right?
Nice.
Okay, so I have my pan down, all right? We're gonna, black pepper is, okay. So extra virgin olive oil down so we can caramelize our aromatics. And our aromatics are the chilies and the
Garlic.
garlic. Okie dokie. Appreciate that, heart. Okay. So, that's done. So let me show you the pasta while we have it, right? So you can see what I'm talking about. Not sticking. Look at that. Right? Perfect. See?
Michelle Jefferson said the community heart.
Appreciate that community heart. Thank you so much. Okay, so pasta's good. We have our garlic in here, caramelizing real nice. All right. Crank up the heat. Beautiful, beautiful. So as soon as our garlic caramelizes, we're gonna go right in with the pasta water. We're gonna reduce that to half, add the red sauce to it, bring that to a boil. Once it boils, throw in our mixed veggies, right? Once that's in and that cooks for about a minute, we go in with the pasta, give that a toss. Once everything is nice and hot, it's time to plate, baby. Bada boom, bada bing.
Want me to get a fancy plate?
Sure.
Okay. You can just do, when you're doing the plating, you can do one fancy plate.
Okay. Sous chef in training. Appreciate that.
I think I was still crazy.
Yep, you're still in training.
Okay.
But you're pretty good. But you're still in training. Thank you, beautiful. Appreciate that. All right, let's rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. Our garlic and chilies is golden. See? Right? Nice and crispy around the edges. So pasta water in. And then we're gonna crank this fire all the way up. All right? And we're gonna wait for that to come to a boil. All right, very, very important. We're waiting for that to come to a boil. So tomatoes are here, because we're gonna add that in a second. Mixed veggies are next. That's gonna go in. We have our sauce right here. Now, let me walk you through this delicious tomato sauce while we're waiting for this to come to a boil. All right? So this tomato sauce is actually a hybrid, right? When I met my wife, you know, I did a classic Italian tomato sauce, right? Like I love that type of tomato sauce, very rustic, right? Whole tomatoes, you roast them, blister the skin, you puree everything, you make a delicious sauce, lots of garlic, lots of basil, right? But she's Nigerian and they make a tomato sauce as well, but they call it a stew. So it's pretty delicious as well. So I decided instead of having to make two sauces every time I do a tomato sauce, let's just make one that is multi-purpose. So I combined my techniques for making that Italian sauce with her flavor profiles, right? And we have this delicious sauce. So lots of bay leaves, right?
It is delicious.
Lots of bay leaves. We put Maggi cubes in there, bouillon Maggi cubes, the vegetable ones. We also do Scotch bonnets in it as well. And we use this beautiful vegetable broth that we make. We puree all the vegetables and we add some of that in here as well. And then the other thing that we do, I love her too, Courtney. And the other thing that we add to it is roasted red bell peppers. That makes it this naturally sweet flavor that's just so delicious. I completely understand. I've dated many Nigerians. Yeah, Pasha, you know what's up. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Appreciate the hand heart, Michelle. That's awesome. Thank you so much. So that's what this hybrid is right here. So when I talk about maximum flavor, it has maximum flavor. But, right, we're going to take our pasta a step forward. A step forward, I said. See, you come over here.
You're speaking another language.
Literally, you know, buddy, catch me. You know what I'm saying? All right. She's very beautiful. Appreciate that, Deborah. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Deborah.
Oh, this smells so good. Oh, okay. So we're boiling. All right. So now that we're boiling, we're gonna add this whole container of tomato sauce to it. Okay. We're gonna make sure we get all of this out of here. We don't want to leave no sauce left behind. Okay. Container nice and clean. Okay. Put that down. Now, this is my protein substitute, right? So we're gonna add some of this in. So instead of ground beef, instead of anything like that, you know, I make my own meat substitute, right? And this is what we're gonna add to it. So I'm gonna just cut it up really small, and we're gonna add it to our sauce right now. So this way we have a complete dish. We have protein, we have veggies, we have nutrients, we got texture.
So basically like ground beef kind of smell?
Yeah, you know, little bits. You know, it's like think of if you were to use sausages, right? Because, you know, that's something that's classic for Italian cuisine, right? You put sausages in your pasta sauce, like a bolognese, right? Bolognese. So this is our version of that. Tofu, my husband was talking. Jamie, tofu works just as well too, right? What I would do with the tofu is I would season it up really, really good. Cut it the same size as this, season it really well, and then I would bake it and get it real nice and crispy, and then throw it into the sauce like I'm about to do right now with this. So this way you're giving your tofu maximum flavor and texture. So when you put it into the sauce, it's already flavored, but then it absorbs all of that pasta sauce as well, and it just becomes something super delicious. Cool? What is that exactly? Can you please tell me? Yeah, of course. Jeff, I'll tell you. 1 second. So what this is, it's my version of seitan, right?
The magic stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing actually. If you check out my page after the live, you're gonna see it's one of my pinned videos, and you see I make it as like this big circular loaf, and it's just literally a bunch of herbs, spices, like a ton of spices and herbs, mushrooms, tofu, things like that, wheat gluten, right? And I make this ridiculous protein loaf, basically. And with that protein loaf, we can use it for any kind of meat substitute there is. Like I can turn it into patties. I can turn it into, you know, bacon. I can turn it into grounds, like you name it. I turn it into sausages for pizza. Like it's very versatile. So that's what I just chopped up and I put into the pot. All right, so now that we've come to a boil, right, I'm gonna crank this up again. I'm gonna add in the mixed veggies. We can adjust this back, Ems.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate you. All right, so I'm gonna add the mixed veggies in, and we're gonna let this come to a boil, right? So everything can be incorporated really nicely, right? So we're gonna give this about a minute to kind of speak to each other and introduce themselves, right?
I like that.
Yeah, I think it's cool, right? Any questions, ladies and gentlemen, while you're here? So good. So this is a few things. It's pineapple. That's cool. Very talented. Did you attend culinary school? Yes, I did. I attended culinary school in New York. and I've been cooking professionally for 30 years, right? So I work with hotels, I work with individual restaurant owners, I work with healthcare providers, you name it. But yes, so back to this delicious situation right here. I'm juicing this weekend. Yeah, Pasha, I literally just juiced the other day too. But yeah, juicing, I hear you. So this was couple months ago. I made a fermented pineapple drink, like a tapachi, right, with pineapple. So I had a little bit of the juice left over. I froze it and made ice cubes. That's one. So one of those ice cubes is in here. Two, I took jalapeno margarita syrup and I added that to this with sparkling water, fresh lemon juice, and whew, when I tell you it's refreshing, man, people are here, just like asking me for something. I'm like,
because it was good.
I'm working hard. I'm cooking over the hot fire. Like I need to stay, refreshed.
But you can make more.
No, I can't. Unfortunately, I used the last ice cube, I think. So, appreciate that, Posh. Deborah, thank you as well. So this is boiling, looking really delicious. It sounds really nice with the bubbling, right? So very nice. Okay, I'm gonna pause right there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our pasta. Can we see? Yes, I will show you the sauce, right? I mean the pot. I'll show you the pot. It's bubbling real good. It's like all right, Nita. Let's bring the camera close, right?
Careful, my chef.
Oh, it's all right, sweetheart. I'm a professional.
You want me to zoom in a little bit?
You don't have to zoom in. You could just tilt the camera over. There you go, laddie. Come on, tilt. So this is what we're looking at, right? A big, massive bay leaf, but you see, right? So we're just bringing this up to a boil. All right. Now I'm gonna check it for seasoning to make sure that it is where it needs to be. All right, because there's a few things we can add to make it better, which we will. But let's check to see exactly where we are in terms of flavor profile, right? Like it needs to be a little bit of spicy. It needs to be a little bit of tangy. All that good stuff. That looks delicious. Appreciate that, Nita. Okay, so we need a few things. One, I'm gonna add a little bit of nutritional yeast to it, right? Just a little bit. That will help thicken the sauce as well. And two, I'm actually gonna add some olive juice, right? I like olives. I love olives actually. So I'm going to actually add the rest of my olives in there. It's not a lot. It's like 6 maybe. And then some of the juice. Not too much, just a little bit, right? I like that briny flavor. You know what I mean? Okay, so we'll put this over because it's empty. And then we're gonna add a touch of salt. Not too much, just a little bit. Okay, I think we're gonna be good to go. Fresh cracked black pepper. Okay, now we can add our pasta in. Cool? Just right amount of acidity. Yes, Pasha. See what I'm saying?
Is Pasha is she a chef? Is Pasha a guy?
She might as well be.
Go ahead, Pasha.
All right, so pasta's going in. All right. We don't want to put all of it just in case. We want to have enough sauce so we can really make this sing like a birdie. All right. So we're going to turn this down because the fact that we've added pasta in here, as this boils, the pasta is going to start getting, it's going to make the liquid thick, right? So we're going to end up with less liquid. So just be mindful of that as you let it cook. So I'm going to add just a little bit more. We don't want the sauce to be too runny, right? But we want it to have a little bit of body. So I'm going to add just a little bit more pasta. The rest of the pasta, we can do a pasta salad tomorrow for lunch for the kids or something. You know what I mean?
Chef, your apron is very, very tantalizing.
Oh, appreciate that.
Is it available in the shop too?
Yes, for anyone who's liking the threads.
It's beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? It's available in the shop,
For how much, sir?
right? It's $19.99, I believe.
Thank you very much.
You know, it's my Superman apron,
It's a cool apron.
right? Just makes me look the part. All right. Okay, pasta's done. Right? Beautiful. I'm gonna turn this off. Let me show you first, of course, what it looks like. Actually, I'm gonna just plate one up really quickly, right? I'm gonna plate one up really quickly so you can see. That's hot. Put it over here. It just looks really beautiful. All right. Appreciate that, Deborah. Alrighty. So remember the tomatoes I told you, right? See, it's done. All right. That's gonna go in there. It's going to get nice and warm because of the hot sauce and the pasta. Like, look at this. Right? I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you. Don't worry. I'm about to show you. We're gonna plate one up real quick so you see what it tastes like. See what it looks like. Look at that. Right? I mean, come on. Come on.
Oh.
Come on.
Now
Look at this.
The plating, like the plate. I love the plate.
Thanks, Emma. Don't worry. You're not choking.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, huh?
That looks so good. Looks so good.
Appreciate you.
Very
Appreciate
Well
you.
done. But I don't expect less. You're chef
okay.
at heart.
That's right.
You're chef at
So we want to wipe the edge of the plate, right? Now, look at this delicious goodness right here, right? So fresh and healthy, isn't it? Right? But we're not done, right? Because remember, we cooked something, right? We cooked two things. So one, we have our delicious pesto, right? Check it out. Check it out.
Wait, chef. Hold on. Let me capture this. Let me capture this.
Capture on the phone.
Go ahead, chef.
All right. So our delicious peppery pesto, right on top.
Oh.
All right. Look at that.
Very delicious.
Thank you for the shot.
You got it. And then for the final garnish,
It's not over.
it's not over.
Baby, it ain't over till it's
Look at that. Our mushrooms.
over.
Right? Now we're done.
Period.
Dinner is served, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't play with my chef.
Right? Delicious, fresh, tasty pasta. Right? I mean, that's it. Dinner's done. Looks so good, right? Appreciate that. Thank you. It really is. It's pretty tasty. It's pretty tasty. Appreciate that, Livin. All right, virtual taste testing. Yes. Please have some. Please have some. Pasha. All right, people. So for the last thing, all right, sweetheart, this is for you.
Oh, you're the best.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Appreciate that, Deborah. Appreciate that. So we're gonna get this pasta. Well, the pasta's done. We're gonna finish our dressing, which is done actually. This is our salad. You alright, Emma?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're gonna give this a nice little toss and see. Do we need to add anything else to it? Nope. I think we're gonna be good. The dressing is just right. Look at that. This just looks so pretty. That looks delicious. Appreciate that, Jen. Jeff, I'm sorry. And Sandra, thank you. It did look pretty good, right? So this is our salad. Super simple, clean, just tasty. All right. Salad bowls.
You're the best, chef.
Oh, you the best.
So good.
All right.
I feel like I'm touching.
Oh, snap. Don't make my head too big. Yes, Jamie. I am 100% vegan.
Do you want another face plate?
No, no worries. Make sure there's enough salt. All right, Emma first. Here you go. Merry Christmas.
Feliz Navidad.
All right, we're gonna add the tomatoes. My daughter doesn't like cucumbers, So we're adding, open this for me, please. Okay. It's good. Oh yeah.
Man.
Just open it.
My bad.
Thank you. It's all right. Just a little bit.
yourself.
Oh, thanks, sweetheart. Just a little bit more dressing for the cucumbers. All right. Now we're ready to go. All right. Call out the troops. All right. Salad's done. Nice and clean. Em, you want some more lettuce? All right, bring your bowl. Oh, yeah?
Yes, you have it in my head now.
Okay.
Gracias. I can take Elliot.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright.
All right, people. Salads are done. All right. Appreciate the heart. Welcome to the club. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an amazing week. Dinner is done. We're about to get out of here. All right, we're about to enjoy some dinner. Let me serve up the rest of the peeps. All right. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking for more plant-based help, I'm your guy. All right, don't hesitate to reach out to me. All right, I offer one-on-one coaching. I help people with their meal plans. Right, if you're looking for amazing dishes to cook during the week, during the weekend, whatever it is, hit me up. That's what I do. I help people just put together food systems that really work, right? Especially if you really want to stay plant-based and the food that you're making doesn't excite you, not to worry, right? I will help you with that for sure, okay? So just hit me up and I got you. All right. Whoops.
Chef.
Thanks, Emma.
You're welcome. Good job, Emma. That's as fast as I can, Emma.
Right?
Wait, what?
That's kidding.
Why now?
The pasta is flying off the plate like.
It's
Eat me.
seriously. I'm like, what's going on? All right. Beautiful. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you next week. Same time, same place. I'll be here cooking up some delicious stuff. All right? Remember, 5:30, between 5:30 5:45 every week, Monday to Wednesday. You can catch me, all right, in the club kitchen. All right? Doing my thing. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get some mushrooms in here.
Is there enough for seconds in the pot?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Okay, now for our saucy sauce.
Miss Pasha said bye, guys, and many blessings.
See ya. Have a great week. All right? Okay, M's.
For me.
Sure.
Gracias.
You got it.
Ed.
Yes. So, quick tip. All right? When you make your pesto, if you have a bunch left over like this, the best thing to do is put it into a container. Thanks, KK. Put it in a container like this. And let me show you. After you put it in a container, first we want to scrape it out, right? You want to make sure we get everything out of here. All right, I'm going to show you what's the best way to store this. All right, so you can have it for weeks, literally, and still be super green and fresh. All right, so after you put it in a container like this, you put some oil, right? If the oil sinks, which it will because it's soft, what we're gonna do is put this into the freezer open and let it freeze. And after it freezes, we're gonna cover it with a layer of extra virgin olive oil and then put a lid on it and keep it in the freezer. And anytime you need to use it, just take it out the day of, let it sort of defrost, scoop out how much you need, put that to the side, and then put the rest back in the freezer, and it'll stay super fresh for weeks. All right? That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna put this in the freezer. Was that plant lady I just see? Did my eyes deceive me?
Let me see. Yes, it was.
The plant lady, hello.
Hello, love.
How are you? Good to see you. All right, people. We out of here. I'm starving. And I'm ready to eat. Thanks, Deborah. All right. Much love, everybody. How long you've been on? I missed. Eddie. Oh, no. We got on at like 5:35. So the good thing is, every time I do my live, it's okay. It's okay. No worries. The good thing is, this will be made, right? So everything gets uploaded on the tube. So you so you don't have to worry. You can check it out. All right. I upload everything. So, but send me a message and I can send you the link as well to it once we're situated. Alrighty? Okay, cool. But you did get the recipe I sent you, so at least you have the recipe so you can do it when time permits. All right? Until next time, everybody, appreciate you. Much love. And I will catch you later. Emma, take that to the table, please. All right. What's up, North Carolina? God bless.